Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Hey everybody, it's me, and I'm back again. You might have thought my last video was a little odd. You might have thought it was a little weird if you didn't have the full context of, I don't know, just kind of like all of the nonsense that was happening. but I am here today to help explain, help add some light, help add some context to my video from Friday. I'll also note that you'll see that this chair is completely empty because Poe was sitting here on top of his blanket. Right before I started filming, he pushed the blanket all the way off the chair and he's now laying on it on the floor, so my apologies. I also am dealing with a little bit of like the remnants of a really bad migraine I had yesterday. I think I'm fine. I'm obviously well enough to sit here and film, but I feel like I'm a little bit dead behind the eyes. You're welcome to tell me I look the same as I always do. I certainly would deserve it, especially if I do look the same as I always do, besties. But I will say I originally had maybe some plans to make this like a sillier, goofier video, and I just do not have like the physical energy to do that today because I literally, for the most part yesterday, was laying in bed with my eyes closed trying to get rid of this migraine. So all of this truly actually goes back to Thursday, and on Thursday I posted a video called Amberlynn's live stream crash out and taking a break from YouTube. In the video I covered the most recent members only live stream that Amberlynn had done at the time, and I think as many of us have noted or have seen, or you probably even seen just from watching that video, Amberlynn didn't seem well. Amberlynn was lashing out on viewers, lashing out on Beck, lashing out at reaction channels. And in general, when she got to the end of it all and said, hey, I think I'm just gonna take a break from YouTube, I was pretty supportive. I honestly do think it's time for Amberlynn to log off the internet, like take a break and work on herself. Unfortunately, that's not really the route Amberlynn chose to take. That video went up around 6 p.m. my time on Thursday. I usually try to upload videos as soon as I get done streaming on Twitch. That way, if people are really enjoying watching me on Twitch, they have more content to immediately go to after I get done. On Thursday, I really did have a birthday party to go to. I know I was hee-hee and ha-haing about it because it was funny that I went to a birthday party, and in my head it was funny that Amberlynn in the past has used going to her grandmother's birthday as a reason that she couldn't possibly be online stirring up drama. But I genuinely truly did go to a birthday party that night. My friend came to pick me up at about 6:30 that night, and around that time, like moments before, I think my friend texted me and was like, hey, I'm about 5 minutes out or something like that. And as I got that text, I started just getting message after message after message after DM after DM from Amberlynn Reed on Instagram. And listen, I'm no stranger to DMs from Amberlynn. It's actually been a pretty contentious issue, at least in recent history, for people who maybe don't love me or maybe do love me and are disappointed when I interact with Amberlynn in that way. I don't know. I think I've gotten like a wide variety of criticism when it comes to the ways I've interacted with Amberlynn. And honestly, truly, I think a lot of it is fair in some ways. I mean, I still stand by like the ways I've approached everything in the past. I think I'm always just trying to do the best with the information that I have at the time. But this particular instance was really, I think, just like the nail in the coffin for me when it came to communicating with Amberlynn in any kind of private way moving forward. So before I get too far into maybe discussing a little bit about what those DMs were about, it's important to note that for whatever reason, moments later, after all of these DMs, which by the way, in the moment, well, still today, haven't ever responded to, did not respond to any of them, and certainly didn't do so in the moment. In fact, I like went to my birthday party, I was catching up with friends at said birthday party, talking to folks, enjoying my night, and when it came time to leave, I looked at my phone and found out that there was more information. Not necessarily DMs from Amberlynn, but an Instagram story that Amberlynn Amberlynn posted on her Instagram. The Instagram story said, "Breaking news. Zachary Michael just got DMs from me. Expect a video in 3, 2, 1." And when I first saw this, I was like, oh, is she gonna make a video about what she DM'd me about? Like, is she going to get out there in front of me and she's threatening to post a video about it? Like, I don't know why that's where my mind went until I realized what she was really trying to do is have some kind of gotcha moment with me where, like, she's out here, like, bragging about how she sent me DMs and trying to be like, oh, Zach's so pathetic. Of course they're gonna make a video about the DMs I sent them. To which I gotta say, I think I have, whether you like it or not, whether you liked my approach to this or not, I think I made it pretty clear on how I was going to approach DMs from Amberlynn. I have not been shy about this. I've straight up told her, I've told my audience, I've kept the expectations pretty clear that if Amberlynn DM'd me, I would let you all know about it, because my concern is really just being transparent with you all as opposed to anything else. So why she thinks it's such a gotcha when, like, I'm pretty sure the whole internet at this point knows that that is usually my approach to things, is very confusing to me. But it also occurred to me, and I think to many of y'all, that that's what she wanted. She wanted me to make a video about the nasty things that she was saying in my DMs to me. And because of that, I really, at the time, decided my approach would be to make a silly video that had really no comments about her at all. Of course, obviously, I did some things that alluded to Miss Amberlynn. We did a little bit of parody over here. In the comedy business, we like to call that a parody. But in general, I hope she watched all 22 minutes of that video and realized that I didn't mention what she DM'd me once. And in fact, I know she watched all 22 minutes because, spoiler alert, she spent Friday DMing me as well. It's clear to me that me ignoring her was really eating her ass up, and not like in a good way. And eventually this weekend, I realized that I saw a lot of chatter from people about things that she was posting on her Instagram story, in particular that she was doing Instagram Q&As. And I realized, Zach, those aren't popping up for you. What's going on? And Amberlynn blocked me, which is really convenient because I honestly truly was going to block her at the end of all of this. In fact, I didn't do it sooner because I was mostly just waiting to see how many times she would try to message me even after I didn't acknowledge her DMs. So in that case, Amberlynn did in fact beat me to the punch. And it's honestly for the best, because I have no interest in talking to Amberlynn. I feel like this shit is manipulative. Not in the necessarily the same way that she's like manipulated exes and things like that, but I think we can all agree that she in some way thinks that she has some kind of like power to manipulate me. And it also seems pretty clear to me that when she wasn't getting what she wanted, which was me making a video about the DMs that she sent me, that she was pretty frustrated and upset about it. I still don't necessarily plan to go through bit by bit and read out all of the DMs that she sent to me. I think it's interesting because I know the concern from a lot of people is that like Amberlynn just DMs me stuff because she wants me to put out her narrative. I don't really understand why she would want me to repeat some of the things that she chose to say to me in my DMs, because I really feel like some of it was nasty behavior on her part. But I can give you a few ideas of some of the stuff that she said to me. And then honestly, my feelings and also part of the reason I was going to block her at the end of it all is that if she wants to say this nasty shit to me, she can get in a video and say it publicly to her audience, because I don't think she actually would have the gall, the gumption, gumption, the nerve, the audacity to say some of the things that she said to me in my DMs in a public video. And if she does, then I'm gonna let her do that. And I'll let her make a clown out of herself, which she's clearly already very capable of doing on her own anyways. She doesn't need my help. But I think the most important thing to note, and one thing that I do kind of feel bad that I didn't like come out and say something about, is that the messages at least started off with her threatening me about use of her members only live stream clips in my YouTube video. And I know that also on the same night that she posted about how she DM'd me, she also posted an Instagram story saying that she had reached out to Salty Crab and wanted folks to let Salty Crab know to check her DMs. And the part I feel bad about is that it sounds like Amberlynn tried to threaten Salty Crab in the same way that she tried to threaten me. Because Salty Crab posted on their YouTube community tab post and said, "I'm so sorry to anyone who didn't get to watch my video that I posted yesterday. Amberlynn threatened to give me a copyright strike on it because she still thinks members-only content cannot be posted under any circumstance. And while I believe that my video was completely transformative and 100% fair use, I took it down to avoid the headache of dealing with her. Again, I'm really sorry to anyone who missed it." I feel bad about it because I feel like if I had come out and said, "Hey, Amberlynn's been in my DMs threatening me about using her members-only content," and if I had also come out and said, like, "Yeah, I don't care," at least right now, I feel like maybe that could have empowered Salty Crab to also do some of that. Although I will say, Salty Crab took down the video that Amberlynn seemed to be most concerned about and re-uploaded it and edited it in a different way to not include the clips that I think was probably just as effective. I watched part of it. It seemed to get the point across still anyways. But I do feel like there could have been some more solidarity on my part. I was just trying to actively ignore Amberlynn for as long as possible to see just how frustrated she would get over it. The rest of her initial DMs to me were just like, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, like, anything from her telling me I needed to get a job to, like, trying to use my past relationship as like a weapon against me, to like try to weaponize whatever she perceived about my last relationship to try to get me to feel bad for her, to try to get me to change the way I cover her content. It was all really pathetic on Amberlynn's part. And when it comes to the stuff about content and things like that, using her members-only live stream clips and whatnot, my thoughts are, like, a DM is not a copyright strike, okay? A DM is not any of that. It's not action at all. She's not taken any action thus far on me as of 11:26 a.m. on March 17th, 2025. Perhaps she will actually go do something, but I have yet to receive an email about it. I've yet to receive any kind of notice from YouTube that Amberlynn has done anything. And I don't think that Amberlynn actually will. And maybe she will prove me wrong. Maybe she will. I don't know. She claims to have a lawyer these days. I don't know. Maybe she'll prove me wrong. But as of now, we are several days away from the original DM, and I've heard nothing from YouTube, from Amberlynn, etc., from Amberlynn's lawyer. I've heard nothing. It honestly just felt like a lot of manipulation and scare tactics.
I also just want to say there's no judgment from me on Salty Crab's part. Like, I think Salty Crab did what they felt like they needed to do to protect themselves and save themselves from the hassle of dealing with Amberlynn. I think everybody probably approaches these kinds of situations differently. And also Salty Crab is somebody whose like identity does not seem publicly known and probably doesn't want to have to give up that kind of information to Amberlynn if it were to come to like a copyright YouTube situation. And I just don't care about that stuff. So much respect to Salty Crab, no judgment from me.
So anyways, on Friday, I posted my silly video. And I wasn't lying when I said I actually legitimately did have another birthday function to attend. I was so serious about that. I really, truly did have another birthday thing on Friday night as well. We went to dinner and drinks. But right before I left for that, it's like Amberlynn knew when I was going to these birthday functions because I was literally getting ready to hop in my Uber to go to the function. And I got more DMs from her. And when I say I know she watched all 22 minutes of that silly, goofy video I posted on Friday, it's because the DM she sent me that day was about me mocking a girl with mental health issues. And let's be clear, I don't know that I truly addressed like her mental health specifically in that. I set up a timer in the back of my video, which was a reference to her timing her mukbangs, which, as far as I know, has nothing to do with her BPD. I pulled out a bullet journal that I made 2 years ago in 2023 because she made a bullet journal 2 years ago in 2023. I pulled that out as a reference to, like, here's my proof, as in, like, she showed that as proof, which also, to my knowledge, that proof and that evidence that she did in her original live stream had nothing to do with her BPD either. If I recall correctly, that particular part of that live stream was to prove that she read her journals to Beck or something like that. I don't know, like any specific thing that I did to parody her at the time, I don't think any of it actually had to do with her mental health. But I digress. I ended up going to the birthday gathering, had a blast. It was great to catch up with some friends, different group of friends than the night before, so it was good to catch up with some more friends. We wrapped up the night. I got in an Uber to go home. Actually, I went half of the way in an Uber to where my other two friends were going, and then I got off and I went and got on a bus that took me the rest of the way home. While I was on the bus, I got another DM. It was like Amberlynn knew I had wrapped up the birthday shenanigans, and she was like, okay, I can DM Zach again. I can reach out to Zach again and let him know what's up because he's no longer at the birthday thing, so he can participate in online drama. And yeah, Friday night at 10:51 p.m. out of nowhere, because the last time she had messaged me on Friday was at 5:21 p.m., okay? At 10:51 p.m., like 5.5 hours later, just no context, sends a message that says, ableist AF. So I don't know if she was on some forum somewhere or watching a video or what she might have seen that inspired her to reach out one more time, or maybe somebody DM'd her. You know, there's all these people that are DMing her things, and we would be so surprised at the things that people DM her. I don't know what inspired her at that time of night to send me a follow-up DM with no additional context because I had not responded to her, had not engaged with her, but she did. And yeah, then I went on with the rest of my weekend. She didn't DM me again, and like I said, I saw people on Twitter and from my Twitch community talking about these Q&As that Amberlynn was doing, and I was like, that's very curious. I don't see that happening. And it's because she blocked me. So good riddance. Good riddance. Bye, Amberlynn. I won't miss interacting with you. And, you know, it's also, well, I should say, not the first time Amberlynn's blocked me. In fact, for many, many years, there were it was like a span of 3 to 4 years. She just had me blocked, and I never had any interaction with her during that time. And then she, out of nowhere, unblocked me, and then even as recent as a year or two ago, she blocked me again, and then she unblocked me just to wish me good health or something like that. So, you know, I really truly don't care. I don't have any desire to talk to Amberlynn. I'm glad that there's not going to be this remaining tension between me and her in DMs, between me and my audience, between people who are frustrated that I entertain her. You know, I think my philosophy has just always been that I talk a lot of shit. It's kind of a part of the gig. It's kind of a part of what I do here. And I want to remain open to hearing feedback from the people that I talk the shit about, you know? Like, I'm not opposed to listening to what those folks have to say to me, and I think that's why I've always remained open to communication from Amberlynn. But it's honestly clear to me that she thinks she can fuck around with me in a way that she doesn't attempt to fuck around with other reaction channels. And to be quite honest and transparent and self-reflective, I think a lot of y'all have been trying to say that for a minute. Because it's not lost on me that she came to both me and Salty Crab about using clips from her stream, but has seemingly yet to approach people like Charlie Gold, who have consistently been using clips from her members-only live streams. And that's not because, like, I'm trying to tattle or snitch on Charlie. Charlie's my friend. I don't want her to have any additional nonsense to deal with that she doesn't already have to deal with. But it's to say that I think Amberlynn thought she could fuck around with me, and now she's finding out. Now, I debated on if I would even cover the Instagram Q&A stuff in this video, because I figured it might take me a second to get all my thoughts out about Amberlynn blocking me, the DMs, and this, that, the other. But now that I have broken my silence, now that my silence has been broken, which, by the way, I was not silenced. I was just silent. I think that's an important note. I was intentionally silent in this case. But anyways, now that I've broken my silence about the DMs, let's get into a little bit of the nonsense from Miss Amberlynn. And really what seems to be the biggest drama is her finding out that Tommy is, like, over her. A couple days ago, Tommy posted on her Instagram, and the photos don't really matter. They're just like, it's a rainbow or something like that. But the caption is important, and it's seemingly a tribute to her late partner, Colleen. Originally, the post didn't actually include Colleen's name, but it is now in there at the very bottom. So I'll just go ahead and read it to you. It's hard to accept the loss of something so profound, losing a love that wasn't just about being together, but about truly belonging to each other. It was a world that only we knew, a space where I never had to question how deeply I was loved. Being with you was the safest, warmest feeling I've ever known, and nothing in this world will ever replace that. Lately, my mind keeps pulling me back to the moments that changed everything, because I remember it all. The moments when I could still reach for you, in a world that now feels so unfamiliar. Losing you wasn't just losing someone I loved, it was losing the love of my life. You are still with me, not in the way I wish you were, but in the way I feel you every single day, and the signs you send me, and the way your voice still plays in my head saying, "Good morning, my love," like you always did. I hold you in the places I still expect to find you, in the spaces you left behind, in the ache that never really goes away. There's been so much noise, so much outside judgment, so much that has tried to rewrite our story, but they don't know. They never knew. Our love was ours, and it was real. And no matter what anyone says, no matter what happens, that love remains. It lives in me. It lives in the people who truly knew us. It lives in every place where I still feel you. I miss you, Colleen, my princess girl, more than I will ever be able to say. My love for you will never fade, not in this lifetime or any other. And then, about a day ago, like yesterday, this is 23 hours ago, Tommy posted another post on Instagram, and again, the picture doesn't really matter because it's a picture of the sky and the moon and things like that. But the caption says, "When you're desperate to feel anything other than heartbreak, you learn to blur the edges of red flags. You find yourself clinging to the warmth someone offers, even if shadows linger behind it. Sometimes the warmth you cling to is just the glow of the gaslight, and by the time you realize it, you're already burned. The grief has a way of making comfort feel like salvation, and in the quiet ache of loss, you only want to see the light, even if it flickers." Now, whereas the first post was clearly about Colleen, even honestly, truly, before the part was added with Colleen's name, the second post really, to me, feels like a response to what Tommy experienced dating Amberlynn Reed. And listen, this will never be a Tommy Salami apologist account. Like, for all intents and purposes, I still think it was best for Amberlynn's own well-being to get out of that relationship. I absolutely think that Tommy engages in weird feeder behavior. There's documented evidence of it, and this, that, the other. But I think both of these posts are important in sharing in terms of what I heard was going on Amberlynn Reed's Instagram stories. Of course, you may recall I'm blocked by Amberlynn on Instagram, so I actually missed out on a lot of the text Q&A that she did. I didn't see a lot of it. I missed it. I'm sure there are other Amberlynn commentary and reaction channels that you can check out that probably have the full details. But I do have recordings of the late night Instagram video Q&A that she did. Which, mind you all, I do believe that one of the text post Q&A things that she did that I didn't get talked about somebody asking her if she was going on a YouTube break, if she was on a YouTube break, why was she on Instagram, this, that, the other. And she was like, well, yeah, I said specifically just YouTube, which is just wild to me because one, she said that she's still gonna do her members only live stream this week. And two, really, truly, I think we all know that what she really needs is just to get off the internet, to log off, to leave it alone. Anyways, I do have some copies of the live video, so I thought maybe we could watch it together. I don't know if I'll have a lot of commentary about stuff, so we might just watch and see what happens. But then you'll see that some of this ties back into the Tommy posts.
No, I'm done with relationships. I am going to be single for the rest of my life. Oh, for sure, because that's not the...
Wait, I'll believe it when I see it, Diva. Okay, this says, are you upset and or confused? Tommy is talking about you on her post comments, which I should say, and we can go dive into some of the comments, but Tommy has been active in the comments as well.
Stuff she was saying to me 3 nights ago. So during my YouTube break, I am actually coming up with a whole YouTube schedule, and that is going to be in there somewhere.
Wait. Wait, Divas. She's saying she was talking to Tommy Salami 3 nights ago. Oh, you know she's upset then. You know that post about Colleen took her out. You know that post about Colleen took her out. All right, okay. And then also, a weight loss series, a weight loss schedule, a schedule for YouTube again. You're coming up with it? Okay, great. Can't wait.
So I will literally never be able to listen to Chapel Roan ever again because music for me holds so many memories. So it's all tainted. So much wonderful music is now completely tainted for me.
By what? Not tainted. Also, maybe Chapel was somebody that Tommy Salami really liked. That's really unfortunate. I mean, I do understand. There's some things that I don't want to listen to, but Chapel's great. Chapel's wonderful. Love Chapel Roan here. I'll keep listening. Girl, are you gonna dish out any tea on Tommy now?
Only from the depths of my soul. I'm not that type of person.
You are, though.
But it seems like I keep getting mixed up with the wrong fucking people. I'm just done. I don't want any friends. I don't want any girlfriends. Nothing. I'm done with everyone and everything.
I just keep getting mixed up with the wrong type of people. It's so weird that all of these people have a problem with me. All of those people are the problem. It's not me. It's not me, the common denominator amongst all of these people.
I don't understand it. I genuinely don't. And it's I think the craziest part is that was in response to me saying that I miss her. I didn't even say anything bad about her. I've never said anything bad about her. I have stuck by her side. I have stuck up for her. I have lied for her. I have been there for her. But Amberlynn's just a master manipulator. I'm just the fucking wizard of manipulation. I'm going to be the professor at the manipulation college. What the fuck ever. So answering this question completely on...
I mean, just I mean, just like honestly, okay. Well, first of all, I would have to go. I think there might have been a comment from Tommy about or alluding to Amberlynn's manipulation. But I'm just here to tell you, Amberlynn, like maybe you really don't feel like you're manipulating people. Maybe that is your reality. Maybe that's the reality you're living in. But I do think it's worth unpacking with the alleged therapist that you're going to or will be going to, or I don't really know what the status of that is, because you said that you were doing EMDR and now you're going to or want to do DBT, but you didn't really confirm if you have somebody lined up or not. So I don't know really what the status of that is, but like perhaps it is something to unpack, that so many people who have been in your life have felt manipulated by you, you know? Like, I just genuinely mean that as, like, a place for growth. I know you don't think that I mean that. I know based on the things that you DM me, you don't think I give a shit about you at all. But I do think it's worth investigating.
Honestly and transparent, I feel broken. I feel lost. I feel hurt. I feel confused. I feel like I don't know what to do with my life. I feel like I don't know who I am. And I don't know. I just want to feel better. I want to be better. And I just feel like everything is just a lot. I know it's a lot easier said than done, but I know that I will be okay one day. I know that, like, this is just a bump in the road. It's just a fleeting moment. It's a very long fleeting moment, but I know that I'll be okay. And I just want to say I thank you guys so much for all the support lately. It's meant more to me than you know.
Okay. Oh, that was the end of the first clip that I have. Let me pull up the second clip.
Stuff like this genuinely makes me want to cry. I think I'm just trying to be strong. Maybe I'm trying to just like fake it till I make it type of deal. Because how I feel it's unmatched. And it's like, I can't stop crying. I literally can't stop crying. I don't know how my makeup's on. I don't know how it looks so good because all I do is cry. Like, my face is swollen. Like, I just look like a wreck. Like, I saw my mom last night and she was like, Amberlynn, I have never seen...
Sorry, there's so much, like, background traffic happening today while Amberlynn is crying, and I don't mean to laugh at Amberlynn's tears, because I don't think it's funny that she feels this way, not even in the slightest. It's just also I would love to see her do something about this that's not crying on Instagram in the middle of the night, because mind you, this all happened like in the early hours of this morning, the day that I'm posting this, okay, when most people are like sleeping.
You're so depressed, and it just like broke my heart really, because like as a mother I imagine that's like really hard to see, but like I'm really not that strong. I guess I try to be, but like I'm emotional, I'm sensitive, I'm a softie, like, and it's just like everything's a lot. It really is. So growing up, I was taught, like, don't trust anyone. Like, especially because of the life that I grew up in.
Oh, I didn't realize that this is actually a pretty long clip. Like, just in general, this clip of her Instagram stories. But it feels like she is also picking a lot of questions, because she does get to pick these questions from all the questions that people asked her. And it's like, oh, you're engaging with these questions too. Like, it feels like you are wanting to get some sadness out, which, like, live your truth, diva. But I just feel like maybe there's some better ways to spend this time, or like maybe take some of these questions to your therapist to unpack or something. I don't know.
I think that just like recently, in the last like few years, it has validated, like, don't trust anyone. No matter all of the pillow talks, the sweet nothings whispered into your ear, how much people can make you believe that you can trust them, don't do it. Because you can't. You can't trust anyone. That made me giggle, thank you.
Listen, I'm sure she does have a lot of trust issues. She's had a wild life, okay? And I'm also just like, what do you mean, like, you can't trust people because of, like, Beck talking about things, Destiny talking about things, Casey talking about things? Like, these are people who have, like, experienced bad shit because of you and like, couldn't trust you. So, like, I don't know, it's just, like, more of that, like, if you're only watching this with no additional context or thinking about that, it's like, oh, you've had stuff recently confirmed to you that you can't trust people? Well, I don't know that Beck could trust you. Honestly, truly, like, if we specifically, hone in and just, like, specifically think about the context of them, because they have been the context of a lot of stuff on your channel lately, like, in what world could Beck trust you? In what world did you create an environment based in trust when it came to your relationship with them? It's one of those things where I'm like, if Amberlynn could take some time to self-reflect, it'd be like, why are all of these people now coming out about you? Why are all of these people saying these things about you? And just let me also say, I'm sure that's hard, and I'm sure that's difficult to have, like, 3 different exes of yours, potentially 4, if Destiny does end up coming out with some more stuff. Like, having 4 different exes talking about you right now, like, I'm sure that is stressful as fuck. And also, like, how can we reflect on that? How can we move forward?
Is it a superpower? Maybe. I don't really know. I think that I disassociate a bit, I cry a bit, try to block it out a bit, and I fake it till I make it a bit. But thank you for the compliment.
I don't think she's actually doing any of those things, though. DMing multiple reaction channels is not faking it till you make it. DMing multiple reaction channels because you're not happy with how they covered your content is not faking it till you make it. It's also certainly not disassociating either, just to be clear. It's really not any of those things. I don't, like, she's acting like she's handling it really well, but I don't think anything from this past weekend is an example of how well she is or isn't handling the hate she gets.
No, because I'm going to be doing DBT therapy, and DBT therapy is actually made by someone with borderline personality disorder for people with borderline personality disorder. So I'm actually genuinely so freaking excited, and I'm going to tell you guys more about that in my new YouTube schedule coming up, which I'll let you guys know more about that soon too.
Oh, so
yes,
now all of a sudden there are no more boundaries around talking about your therapy. Now all of a sudden we can talk about it. Interesting.
I do not want to let my stream queens down. So I will still be doing my live on Tuesday night. So if you guys have not joined that, you definitely need to do that. Become a stream queen. Go to my channel, click the join button, and we're going to be going live on Tuesday night.
I've kind of said this ad nauseum when it comes to that specific thing, but it really doesn't make any sense to me that she's still going to do those members-only live streams, because that's literally where she had the biggest breakdown last week. That also then carried over into DMing me, DMing Salty Crab, to, like, losing her shit over that stuff. So I don't understand why she thinks that's the part of YouTube that she needs to continue. I honestly think, like, the vlogging part of YouTube would be much easier for her to, like, set some boundaries around, because she gets to decide what she wants to talk about. She's not put on the spot by people. She gets to do whatever the fuck she wants. She could literally show us just her putting together a Lego, and we would just have to be happy with it. And it's confusing to me. I think you all probably see that too.
Well, thank you. And even though I'm actually now single as fuck, I plan on literally being single forever. I'm gonna be one of them.
Even though I'm actually now single as fuck? Girl, you've been single as fuck allegedly for a couple of months. What do you mean, diva?
Old women with the cats and the chihuahua and just, like, living my own life over here.
The cats and the chihuahua. You have a cat and a chihuahua, diva.
Brother in the summertime, Grey's Anatomy in the fall. Like, that's gonna be my life. Nope, absolutely sober. I have not done Delta 8 since I got COVID. I'm too scared now because of my lungs. I will say my breathing is a lot better now. But I was thinking about having a little drinky drink. I haven't had a little drinky drink since the beginning of January. I might do it on my live stream.
No, don't do
this
it.
Tuesday. I don't know.
Don't do it.
I'm thinking about it. Okay,
don't do it. Don't do it. Shit. And this is, okay, that's the end of the clips I have. The idea that she would be like, I need to take a break for my mental health, especially after just recently she talked about, again, how she turns to alcohol when she isn't feeling great mentally. And has used it as a way to avoid dealing with her feelings in the past. And she's taking this break for her mental health, but she's sitting here saying that she's going to potentially come on live stream and drink. It just doesn't feel good, doesn't feel right. Anyways, here are some of the things that that Tommy had to say on Instagram and the DMs of these videos that also might have led to Amberlynn sharing some of that. Somebody asked Tommy, do you think she was a rebound because you lost your true love? And Tommy said, I didn't see it as a rebound. I cared about her, but I was grieving and looking for comfort during one of the hardest times in my life. Which, again, is interesting because a lot of people had that critique of Tommy jumping so quickly into this relationship with Amberlynn and things like that. So it's interesting that Tommy at least has gained some self-awareness about that. Somebody commented that their first relationship with grief had led them to a partner with significant mental health issues like BPD, and it led to Tommy saying, wow, thank you for sharing that with me. When the BPD got brought up initially, I also had the mentality of convincing myself I can handle it because of my professional background. It's very different on a personal level, especially with your already, I think she meant especially when you're already in a vulnerable state, especially when there's a strong pattern of skilled manipulation involved. So I guess that's the part that Amberlynn was talking about, like, oh, I guess I'm just the queen of manipulation. Somebody also asked for clarification on if Amberlynn had actually been diagnosed with BPD or not, and Tommy's response was, I can't say for certain whether she had been formally diagnosed or not, but what I can confirm is that she had multiple different appointments scheduled that she never went through with. So, I don't know, pretty much par for the course with what we expect from Amberlynn when it comes to seeking any kind of medical treatment, whether that's physical or mental. Tommy is pretty messy in regards to responding to people in the comments, but also apparently in her DMs as well. I don't know where this initial screenshot originated from. I've actually seen it posted by a few different people on the internet. In particular, I got this screenshot from Charlie Gold's Twitter. But it's a screenshot of somebody reaching out to Tommy and Tommy's response being, oh fuck, what is she saying now? She's literally blowing up my phone from fake numbers right now. She's upset because she thought the Colleen post was about her until she got to the end. And somebody said, well, she's doing these stupid ask me anything things on her story. Let me screen record and send it to you. So, Tommy's messy. I do fear we will learn much more about Tommy and Amberlynn's relationship than maybe we potentially ever cared to know. But Tommy doesn't really seem, I don't know. At some point, I thought Tommy understood, like, oh, I fucking hate that I am a part of Girl World, so I'm locking everything down and I'm just not gonna engage. But there's some part of Tommy Salami that clearly enjoys engaging with the audience because she continues to DM with folks and respond to individual comments, and also, in that sense, talk about Amberlynn in those comments as well. Anyways, I yapped for a really long time today, so I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I hope you all enjoyed the tea. I hope you all enjoyed the clarification about Amberlynn DMing me and subsequently blocking me. And I hope you just had a good day in general. That's all I got for today. If this is your first video on my channel, consider subscribing down below. Hit the bell button so you get a notification every single time I post a new video. Make sure to leave me a comment, hit like, click share, and follow me on all my social media. I love you all so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!